So hi all, this is Rahul here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today our agenda would be talking about booleans in Python. So let's start and open our Jupyter notebook. I hope you are clear with the part which we have talked already about. We have already talked about the strings, how to install Jupyter and Anaconda and some basic programs in my starting lecture. So if you have not gone through them, I would recommend you to watch them as well. Okay, so our Jupyter notebook has started, and so for today the topic is booleans in Python. So I have taken almost 3 examples to explain that what booleans are and why we use booleans in Python. So boolean, as I have already talked about, you is a data type also, and we normally like whenever we write some logic to check and in our daily use in our programming, whenever we need to evaluate some expression, like whether it is a true or a false condition, then for that reason we use Boolean expressions most common. So here I have illustrated with some functions. I have shown the examples with some functions. So here my first function is myfunc. So in Python, how we define a function is we don't need a class for that. We can directly write a function and we can execute with the input accordingly. So here in the example one, what I have given is I have declared a function with the name myfunc. Def is a keyword which is a is a common like syntax to declare a function or to write a function. So we use def as a Python keyword, then our function name, and these are the inputs which we need to provide accordingly, whatever inputs we need to give. So A and B are the inputs which we need to give while we are executing or running the function. Okay, so here what my function is doing is this is my whole part, and Python is a programming language where there is a little bit of indentation when we define a function, when we write a class. We Python follows some indentation. So here you can see that after our def keyword, our function name, I have written a colon. After that, when we'll be hitting enter, after a colon, it will give us a tab space over here, and after tab is means like 4 spaces. After that, I have written our again if clause. This is the condition to check that okay, if our number A is greater than B, then the expression should be returning true for obvious reasons, and else it should return false. Okay, so now this is a program. I'll be doing shift enter, the cell ran, and now I'm going to give values accordingly, and we'll try to check that okay, for what different values, what are we getting in the results. Okay, so this is our we need to provide our name with the inputs accordingly, like A will be equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. Okay, so I'll be doing shift enter, and you can see the output as false. Again, if you need to check once again, so what I can do is I can give suppose 5 comma 3. Let's check, it should return true. Okay, here it is, it returns true. So I think you must be clear now that okay, what are booleans used for. Once again I will reiterate that booleans are used to check and evaluate and return the condition as the result as true and false, whatever we are checking in our conditional part. Okay, so for that it will give the result as true or false. Okay, so here is my next example. You can say as is present as next function. What here in this function I have done is I have declared a function name as is present. I have taken a string inside that, or you can say probably it can be a list, or it can be a string with a whole lot of sentences in it. There's there must be like n number of words. Okay, so what I have done over here is I am checking that whether this variable, that is A, And what is the value where we have given? We've given hello as the value to A. So if that hello keyword, if hello word that is A is present in that list, which we are giving as an input while executing the program at runtime. So whether if it is present, if this word that is hello is present in the list, then or in the sentence or string, then it should return true as false. So here, so first of all, I will execute the function. Okay. Now I am executing the function with our given output, that is hello world. So ideally it should return true. And here it is. And if suppose I just delete the world and hello and just the world is present, so it shows us false. So this is the another set of example where we are looking for the strings within a particular sentence or within another string, a word within another string. So we are checking with this example. So if it is present, it will return true or else false. So this was our second example. Our third example is like we often use comparison operators to check for the condition to be true or false. So here these are the comparison operators which we generally use. So first is greater than equal to, lesser than equal to. This is the symbol of not equal to, and this means equals, that it checks for, okay, suppose if 10 equals to 0. Okay, so here this comes because I have not commented this part. I'll be just, first of all, what I will be doing, I will be just cutting this part so that it should be clear. So you see 10 is not equal to 0. Okay, 10 equals to 10. So this equals to operator checks for the condition that whether a number or whether a particular variable is equal to some particular value or not. Okay, so for this purpose, I am now again pasting back the meanings of those comparison operators. So this is the way which we check comparison operators and use in our day-to-day life. And the next more commonly used for evaluating and using booleans is the logical operators. There are most commonly logical operators which we use are or and. So these you must have listened in our digital electronics also. We use AND gates or gates. So it more or the less symbolizes that only, or an AND condition. Okay. So if we need to check for multiple conditions in a single statement, then we use logical operators like or AND. So here, suppose if our variable is x equal to 30, we have a value. And if we need to check that, okay, whether x is equal to 25, that means either x is equal to 25 or x is greater than 20. If we need to check that, I'll be just commenting this part first and shift enter. So you can see that neither x is not equal to 25, but yes, for sure x is greater than 20, either or. If this condition is true or this condition is true, it will check. Even if in the bracket for or operator, if only one condition is true, then also the end result which will get in the output will be true. Same is the condition, but here is a different condition for AND operator, and should have both the condition should be true so that we get the result as true. So here we'll check that, okay, what is the end result? Okay, so here when we have x equals 30, for sure it is greater than 25 and it's not equal to 29 also. Hence, for both these conditions, it is giving us answer as true. If suppose if I change the condition over here as like this, then it should give result as false. Why? Because it will check, okay, 30 is greater than 25, this is true, but for this x is equal to 29, it is not coming as true. Hence, for an AND operator to be totally true, the both conditions should be satisfied. That means both conditions should be true. So hope you are clear with the Boolean part, and this was about Boolean. If you like my content, please hit like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.